Okay, we are back. Make sure this thing starts up here real quickly. Okay, looks like it's back up. Let's wait for some peeps to pull back in. I didn't want to delay too much and just do all the necessary gooberiness to set up the stream. Okay. Alright. Hey, what's up, Israel? How you doing? Good to see you. Alright, so as I was telling Whitey and Cannoli a moment ago, I accidentally started a stream that was unlisted. It was completely unlisted. I had done a test run of a stream on this channel, and I did it unlisted, so, you know, nobody would pile in because I wasn't going to talk over it or anything, but I forgot to change it back, so I did about 35 minutes of unlisted streaming, so I'll upload that. You mean unlisted? Basically a stream that's only available to people who click on the link, which means there wouldn't be any notifications via YouTube. So I did share that link and everything, but a lot of people come in based on notifications. So hang on, let me fix this thing up. But yeah, it's totally on moi. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. Well, actually, Whitey, could you do me a favor real quick? If you would, like, copy paste the picture I have over on X and link this stream to that, if you don't mind. I would really appreciate that. That way people know the actual link. Because that was my gaffe, obviously, but I appreciate it, dude. You are the man. Yeah, there we go. I mean, the good thing is I can go ahead and list what's, the parts. What I'll probably do is I'll probably splice that part of the playthrough with this part of the playthrough, and I'll just re-upload it. So when this goes over to Platinum Pumpkin on the re-upload, it's no big deal, I can do that. No problemo. That means if anybody had an inclination to super duper chat me, they couldn't have because it was unlisted, unless they showed up, of course, but I mean, not that that ever happens anyway. Actually, speaking of super chats, man, Nick was killing it last night on his monetization celebration, which, well deserved. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. I am glad he hit monetization because he deserves it. He's got a good gang going over there. That was a long stream though, for real. But it was fun. Reservoir Dogs is a fun movie to talk about. You big tide. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna check the Eck real quick. Because if Whitey's gone ahead and done that, which he has. Thank you, dude. I'm going to go ahead and delete the other post since it has a bad link. Okay. And... oh, it's okay, Janet. No biggie. I made a wee bit of a gaffe on my end, which caused a bit of a snafu on this. So that's on me. But yeah, I accidentally started the stream unlisted because I had done like a test stream a few days ago and I forgot to change it back, so it's my bad. Okay. Alright. Put the word out on one of the X chats. The lives on a lot of channels have been trouble. Yeah, they have. I mean, YouTube's notification thing is pretty wonky at times, especially lately. But in this particular case, the fault is largely with me myself. I can't blame them this time. I take responsibility. It clearly worked, though, because now I'm actually getting some semblance of traffic. The unlisted one, I was like, wow, nobody's showing up. Okay, I guess people are busy. No big deal. You know, just leave little old me alone. But now people are starting to come in. It's like, oh, okay, it's totally what I did wrong. Like an idiot. Okay. Alright. Oh, shoot. I thought I would land. That wasn't good. Let's see where this takes us. Hello. Got some health. What's down here? Any more help? I see it on the radar, but where it be, I don't know. Wait a minute. That's kind of sus. I appreciate it, Whitey. I really do. Thank you, thank you. You are a true friend. Oh, somebody died here. I do wish that this... You see they get the little ripple symbol there on the map. That's the same as if... it's the same symbol on the map as it is if you find a scout log. Which I wish was not the case. I don't... That's the one of the minor... It's a very minor thing, but... It's a wee bit of game design that I think they should change. I would have changed that. Right, so we're at 528. We were speaking of Arrival last night. Do you recommend I watch it? Well, I always tell people, I mean, for the most part, I would tell people, see movies for yourself. I mean, it's a popular film. A lot of people do like it. So I would recommend checking it out for yourself. I would just say don't get your hopes up, because it does not hold up under scrutiny. I mean, I know people love that film, but it's not good. It's not particularly good. I mean, it's not as big a mess as Interstellar, but it's pretty messy, and I think that the twist they do at the end when you start applying it across the rest of the movie, it severely undermines the story and especially the main character. Like, it kind of turns the main character into a pretty bad person.
Someone else is here. An astronaut, but that's impossible. Is it guiding me or following? It reminds me of the old photos my mother showed me. The type of suit she would have worn if not for the accident. The lights were left on. It's open.
Oh, snap. We're going in. The scores, too. Yeah, I mean, on a technical level, I think Arrival is impressive. It's just storytelling is, which to me is significantly more important, storytelling's just not good. It's not as messy as Interstellar. Then would you prefer Arrival to Interstellar? I think Interstellar is a bit more entertaining, but that's going to vary person to person. If somebody told me they were more entertained by either, it would not surprise me.
Someone is moving things.
So I would probably rewatch Interstellar over Arrival, but Arrival is objectively better, I think. But not by a lot.
Sweetheart, I'm not coming home.
Oh, that's short, sweet, to the point.
I haven't needed these for a while.
Pills. I love these house sequences. They're neat. Adam's performance isn't bad either. It's really sad because you end up not liking her in the end. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All the superficial qualities of both of those movies are, for the most part, quite strong. I would argue the acting is probably better in Arrival, maybe save for, Forrest Whitaker's not very good in it. But I think the military in Arrival altogether is moronic. So maybe my perspective on the acting is it's probably colored by the fact that I think everybody in the military in that movie is an idiot, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, Amy Adams' acting is really good in it. Jeremy Renner's really good in it. Both of those movies, for the most part, are strong on a superficial level.
Who's there?
It's just the storytelling in both is crap. And that matters to me a whole lot more than all the rest of that stuff. I'm hyped to watch Master and Commander with the Dolby Vision upgrade. Heck yeah, dude. Gosh, Master and Commander is so freaking good. What a great movie. I'd say The Martian is a better movie if you want to watch. Oh, The Martian is... It's 100 times better than both of those. And so is Apollo 13. Apollo 13 is way better.
Always wanted to leave.
Be in it.
Was it worth it?
But yeah, The Martian's really, really good. I enjoy the heck out of The Martian. Kind of keeps landing on the same spot. Yeah, see? See? What if we could just do this perpetually? Get the creepy music box thing. Let's see, we got the laptop. It's a book. Books are evil. No. Alright, let's zoom in and read. After having dwelled far too long on what the rejection paper had stated in plain terms, outside the fog was coalescing into a person standing at the front door, another unwanted memory. If Tally had made her break with the kind of permanence that instincts told her to risk, she would have burned it with all the rest. Have you seen Life with Jake Gyllenhaal? Yes, I think Life is awful. I thought Life was terrible. What a dumb movie. Throw chaos into the entire system, she said to no one. Her admission masqueraded as bravado. a reaction that had been pushing through the cracks lately. She might regret this tomorrow when without a bottle of ambrosia or a shared bed to crawl into. Doom was heralding her name alone, and she almost welcomed it. Now that the environment had shifted to something far more stable, it seemed safe enough to start testing the area for reality bubbles. She entered the atrium, adjusted her equipment, and scanned the interior. Third instance. No unreality tears in matter or energy. Systems nominal. She frowned. The final hardwired statement was lying to her. That status hadn't been accurate for objective years. Still, mock or hope, it was better than complications. The crew had no time to recalibrate before brain death occurred. With a little luck, she might survive this dive. The adjacent doorway had been wrenched open by a powerful force. That alone was evidence that she was finally on the verge of success, despite the implied danger. She passed over the first threshold. A babbling noise came from the darkened monitor across the room. As she approached, it resolved into muffled crying as if submerged countless fathoms below. Then she realized that was churning ichor. Without hesitation, she plunged her arms inside. Nothing had a feeling. As always, there was no physical sensation of moving her hands inside the void womb. Only a phantom memory afterwards, probing, reaching, barely missing the thing that was a titan. It had to be one hiding. If only she could extend her hand one more inch. An echo of violence, like a guillotine on a piano, fell scant feet away from her position. She yanked her hands from the ichor. Her heart hammered, a prisoner within a rib cage. That was closer than last time. Undeterred, frustrated at losing the chance to grab a defenseless titan, she inspected the source of the noise. The air was vibrating in the pattern of a song she hated. Must have been for effect. Her fingers danced. She called the song forth, only out of spite and to prove to whatever was watching her she was in control. Acheron. The peal came from the atrium. Acheron, Acheron. The Retribution's exo demanded her attention. Frustratingly ill-timed. Acheron. Tally stormed into the atrium, answered the call, and heard nothing. Dead air buzz and the tone of failed connection. Her equipment was being destroyed from the inside out like her. But then a similar drone began emanating from the ichor-filled monitor back in the other room. She returned and watched it, expectation sinking. Yet it appeared. 2 alternating images of the long-extinct past and the never-to-exist future. Timelines she knew. Timelines so painful they never stopped weighing down her mind whenever it drifted toward the peaceful sleep denied to her night after night. The price of necrophysics. The images stopped flipping, froze on a single frame. The astronaut stared back. Recognizing the background, Tally rushed to the hallway connecting the atrium with... And then it's over. I heard life was good. Well, you heard wrong. Life's terrible. Life is a stupid movie. Well, that was reading time. There you go. I saw the 25th anniversary... Oh, of Master and Commander? Awesome. Gosh, there's a Blu-ray... I'll tell you what, there's a 4K edition, like Steelbook anniversary edition of Master and Commander coming out. It looks freaking glorious. It's one of the coolest looking anniversary editions of any movie I've ever seen. Looks so good. I was told there'd be no reading. The Matrix has you. Dead Cronus waits training. Delay in our response.
Delay in our
adequate match.
Match. Astra found a way to...
Let me in. Oh dear. What's creepy about the thing I read was how much that mirrors this story. Steelbook of Top Gun Maverick, and it's worth every penny. Nice. Yeah, Maverick's great. The astronaut's at the door. The sequels have you.
Waiting.
One of my favorite things about this game is it kind of reminds me of Eternal Darkness, the way it bends reality and whatnot. I think that's really freaking cool. You have the pain of resurrection. I was not prepared for this, for so much trauma. You're not kidding. Gosh, Matrix Resurrections. Gosh. What an awful movie. There aren't many movies that get 1 out of 10, but that is definitely in that mix. It is horrendous. Other than Twister, it was the first time I'd been back to the theaters. Like 7 years. Wow, nice. It's a little octopus. I'm not going to read this all again. That was a long read the last time. Who saw Superman and what did y'all think of it? I got a play-by-play. My friend, I was angry. Your guys' thoughts? Superman is horrible. It has some entertaining moments, but it is somewhere between a 2 and a 3 out of 10 overall. It's a really bad movie. Really bad. And I'm not a comic book person, so I don't have a lot of preconceived notions of exactly what Superman should be. Like, I'm pretty malleable as far as adaptation and interpretation goes, but that movie is unbelievably stupid.
I remember you.
Both sets of parents. I don't do comics, but I adored Man of Steel. I don't adore Man of Steel. I don't like Man of Steel. Like, really, at all. I think Man of Steel is a really bad movie, but it's probably better than James Gunn's movie. There are at least parts of Man of Steel that I like, and it does have a great soundtrack. I like Henry Cavill.
I've never seen this before.
But I think Man of Steel has a ton of problems.
Regrettable delay.
And some of them are pretty laughable. I think the ships on Krypton are one of the weirdest and funniest things I've ever seen, because they look like dildos. And it's just like, Zach, why would you do that? It's so weird. But yeah, but James Gunn's movie's horrible. Like, I would say this, at least Man of Steel is relatively coherent. It's just not I just don't think it's very good. But yeah, James Gunn's movie is oof. I don't know how you build I don't know how you build a universe off of it. I really don't. Dear applicant, we apologize for the regrettable delay in our response. With a truly humbling amount of applicants to choose from, our unexpected predicament is both extraordinary and unprecedented. After thorough analysis of your materials, although we appreciate your interest, we have decided to pursue other candidates whose backgrounds and aptitudes more closely align with our current requirements and future needs. At present, we feel your proficiencies would prove an inadequate match given conditioning necessary for deep space missions. Should we have openings more related to your field, we encourage you to reapply at such a time. We appreciate your interest in our program. Warmest regards, Astra Command. Extraordinary how they messed up a dog, a terrier at that. That's pure magic. Dark magic. Yes. I just don't get the whole freak out of Superman snapping a dude's neck. He should have been snapping necks a long time ago. I kind of agree with you there. I kind of agree with you on that. I mean, if you're wanting to do the whole feeling conflicted over the notion of having to kill, there's got to be a better way to do that than killing Zod of all people. Because for one thing, you basically aborted a lot of like Kryptonian embryos and said Krypton had their chance, which I was like, dude, what the heck? But yeah, then he was like all conflicted over having to kill Zod of all people. I was like, really? You're conflicted over killing Zod? Like, to me, the no-kill thing, while I don't for the most part, agree with it as, like, on a philosophical level. I don't agree with it as a rule. But the way it's handled in Batman is very interesting for the most part. The way that's utilized is usually utilized well, and I think he's the type of character to where that actually makes a good bit of sense. He's not a super-powered alien. He has to be crafty about his means of capture and whatnot. So it fits his character well. I kind of feel like Superman, it doesn't work as well. I mean, you can make the argument that, well, you know, he's so overpowered that maybe it's a whole punching down thing if he kills, but I'm like, well, but that doesn't apply to Zod. Zod's Kryptonian. He's really freaking powerful. The whole thing with Batman just pissed me off. Killed the Joker. All those deaths are on you, Bruce. Which one are you referring to? I feel like the way they did it in The Dark Knight was very interesting. I liked how they did it in that movie. Even if I might disagree with him philosophically in that movie, I think the way they write it is quite good. I mean, The Dark Knight has its fair share of flaws, but it's the old law of the traditional comics. Gotcha. I mean, I don't mind it, because, I mean, obviously there's... Realistically... I could see a person with such abilities being highly averse to the notion of killing, because there are some people who are just against the idea of killing people. Especially if you're a vigilante, because it's like, if you're a vigilante, you know, you're kind of crossing a line once you decide, okay, I'm going to start killing and I'm not leaving it up to the law. But, so to me, it's all about, okay, how do you, like, even if I don't agree with you philosophically, how are you going to write that about the character? And I think movies like The Dark Knight, well, the first two Dark Knight movies, I think they utilized that pretty well for the most part. I don't think it's too much of a factor, to be honest, in The Dark Knight Rises. If anything, they kind of poke fun at it. Like when Bane gets killed by Catwoman, who he has told, you know, no guns, no killing. She just pipes him. She's like, yeah, about the whole no guns thing, I don't feel strongly about it as you do. And I'm like, you're kind of giving him an out there. And plus, I mean, the reality is that Batman does kill at the end of Dark Knight. Like, some people are like, well, he kills at the end of Batman Begins also, because, you know, he does let Ra's al Ghul die, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think you could debate that one, but the one you can't debate is Harvey Dent. He 100% kills Harvey Dent. I mean, he basically tackles him off of a high point, and he falls to his death, so I'm like, yeah, he killed Harvey Dent. Which to me, I was like, okay, cool, explore that. That's worth exploring. That's cool. You kind of had to. It's not like he killed Harvey premeditated. No, it wasn't premeditated murder. It was desperate. He didn't have much of a choice. It's been so long since I've seen any of the Riddick movies. I think I've only ever seen the first one, Pitch Black. Oof, that's not good. New Riddick was good. Yeah, I've heard it was good. Okay, oh gosh. The weird middle one. The, what was it, Chronicles of Riddick? Yeah. I'll tell you what, the video games they made for Riddick were actually really good. One of the best Xbox titles was Escape from Butcher Bay. That was an awesome game, for real. I remember playing that for the first time, and I'm like, holy crap, this is freaking awesome. Had one of the best first-person hand-to-hand combat systems of any video game ever made. Like, there was some legit, some oomph behind those punches and whatnot. I liked it. I like it a lot. Okay, can I get up there? Oh, hello. It was alright, but the Riddick movie was great. It was a decent Pitch Black sequel. Nice. I'll have to check that out. I know Katie Sackhoff's in it. Which, I know a lot of people are like big Katie Sackhoff fans, and I was like, yeah, she's fine. I'm not a huge Battlestar Galactica fan, so... But she seems fine. She's done other stuff that I enjoyed. She was actually really good in 24, I thought. But an interesting and complex character, who was a kind of a sympathetic villain. Taught her everything. Miyagi. Oh gosh, there's one of those too? And another one of those. Oh my gosh. Got them both at the same time. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Sack on. The sacker. I can't get a level 3 tachymatic, y'all. What the heck? Heck! Come on. Sack on. Sack off. I have seen the new Jurassic Park. That movie, I would say don't bother. It's terrible. I don't know if you've heard anything about the new Jurassic World, but here we go. I'm going to give you why you shouldn't watch it. The whole plot, it starts because somebody... It starts because of a Snickers wrapper. Yep, Snickers. The plot is enabled by a loose Snickers wrapper. It is genuinely retarded. It is, and here's the thing, it is a really dull movie. Like, it's not as bad as the previous two Jurassic Park movies, or Jurassic World, whatever, but that ain't saying much. It's pretty awful. That is genuinely a film I would just say don't bother. It's crap. Since I think Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, really? Well, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is awesome. That's a great film. That's one of the best animated movies in a very long time. It's probably the best animated movie since Coco. And you could argue it's better than Coco, which, I mean, granted, I love Coco, so it's tough for me to choose, but man, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is excellent. Alright, we got ourselves... The Boy and the Heron it's decent. I liked it. It's not one of, It's not one of, like, the best Miyazaki movies, but it's definitely good. It's definitely good. How come Puss in Boots is gonna be so good? Those movies, I really like it. Yeah, I mean, I like the first Puss in Boots fine, but it's, you know, it's like a 6 out of 10 film. It's nothing special. It's just like, okay, it's a fun little spinoff.
Helios is entirely broken.
But dang, the writing in The Last Wish is just top tier. It is so well constructed and just so engaging. Has great villains, great overall characters. The arc that Puss goes on is so interesting. It's kind of incredible that movie was as good as it was. Like, that's bordering on a masterpiece. It may actually be a masterpiece of animation. It really might. And it came out of nowhere. Like, I remember when they started marketing it, I was like, oh, there's a Puss in Boots sequel? Okay, that's kind of coming out of nowhere. And then it drops and you're like, holy crap, this is amazing. It's hard to top Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah, that's one of the best ones. That's probably my third favorite out of his, but it's, I mean, his top three, I think it's kind of hair-splitting. Shallow Howl's Castle. Yeah, I would say I go back and forth between Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke as my top two, and then I would say Howl's is right after those two. But they're excellent. I actually got to see Howl's Moving Castle at a theater, which was freaking awesome. So they do the Miyazaki Festival every year, and so I really want to see the other two. They played Howl's Moving Castle, or they played Princess Mononoke at theaters, I think, last year, and I didn't get a chance to see it. Nausicaa's... Yeah, I have always found Nausicaa to be highly underrated. I really like Nausicaa a lot. I think Nausicaa's really cool. I think The Wind Rises is really awesome. I love that one. I mean, there's a few that I'm just like, they're okay, but... Like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, Castle in the Sky. I think it's fine. Don't love it. Just kind of like it. What's the other ones? I still haven't seen Lupin the Third, which I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I haven't seen that yet. Hello. When Marnie was there was so different. I haven't seen that. I've actually only heard that reference once. That thing's after me. Oh, shoot. I'm being chased by red bullet thingies. There we go. Oh, it left acid behind. Here's our nullification sphere. And our level 4 Holostheika. Yeah, I haven't seen it when Marnie was there. Actually, the only person I've ever heard talk about that movie is probably Chris Stuckman, funny enough. He was kind of a tool. Doesn't mean he's wrong about the movie, though, but... He's literally the only person I've ever heard bring that up. He made this terrible book, The 50 Must-See Movies Before You Die, and that was on there. And it was like the only movie that I think pretty much everyone, like a lot of people, haven't seen. Like, every other movie he picked was just a basic film that most people have watched, and I'm like, you're not a film buff if you've seen these. Most of these are pretty mainstream, dude. But when Marnie was there, that was one where it's like, okay, I haven't heard of that. I'll give you that one. Stuckman's teaser for Shelby Oaks is out. Yeah, I saw it. It's not a terrible teaser. I'll give it that. There was two parts of it that stood out as funny, though. The whole from writer-director Chris Stuckman I thought was hilarious, because I was like, quit acting like you have a reputation as either. Just, you can put from Chris Stuckman, I guess, or put more, you know, the less pretentious thing would be the debut film of Chris Stuckman. That would make more sense. Just put that it's the debut of Chris Stuckman. Won't that make you a film? Oh my gosh. Especially if I put videotapes on the ends of the dumbbell. Alright. I'm a definite film buff. I have weighted VHSs. And the other thing that stood out in that trailer was the beginning of it was very strange, because you basically see this guy commit Sudoku in front of this woman, and he's lying there and he's holding this little tape, and she's still, you know, covered in his blood, and she goes and watches it, and I was like, shouldn't you call the police? What are you doing? It's kind of weird. I was like, maybe there's an explanation for that makes sense. Okay, but it was a strange part, but the majority of the trailer I thought wasn't bad. But it kind of also reminded me of like Shyamalan trailers. Like you can very much see the Shyamalan influence in what was presented. Now, that might not necessarily be a bad thing. I'll tell you this, as much as I dislike him as a YouTuber, I will be fair to his movie. I will be totally fair to his movie. But let's just say I remain skeptical. I remain skeptical. Yeah, oh, a bit. And like even like the quotes that were littered across the trailer, like a promising new voice in horror and stuff like that, I was like, none of them really talked about the actual movie. It seemed nothing really seemed to suggest that the movie itself was anything special. And I think there's some Metacritic scores for it out there that are pretty ho-hum. But like I said, I will be fair to it. I fully intend on doing some form of coverage. That was retarded. Well done, me. But I fully intend to cover it. And if he makes a decent movie, I will give him his proper kudos. If not, I will enjoy laughing at him. Okay, those are all... Oh my gosh. Cover it with your pumpkin seed. Alright. Let's see. Let me check. Never pay for a hoe. Wow. Wow. Ever see that independent movie that was Shelley Duvall's last one, The Forest Hills? I have no idea. I feel like I've heard that name before, but... Not Shelley Duvall, I've obviously heard of her, but... The Forest Hills sounds familiar, but I don't know a ton about it. Go through there. I want to go back there because there's the blade enhancement, which is pretty good. We're still waiting on crowdfunding. Interesting. Crowdfunding... So wait, is the movie done and they're still crowdfunding it? Huh. Not yet, Cannoli, though, truth be told, I'm trying to avoid anything spoilery about that, because I'm hoping it's good. But, I hope Weapons is good. It looks interesting. Definitely looks interesting. Alright, so we got our 300, and I can increase my weapon damage, or I can get the blade thingy, but I have not seen Barbarian, though I have it, so I need to go ahead and watch that. Let's jump over here. I'm hoping, but I feel like it might let me down in the end. Yeah. I mean, the whole year has been a massive letdown movie-wise. The only movie that has not let me down based on expectations was F1. F1's good. You think Barbarian's terrible? Vex would fight you on that. Vex would fight you on Barbarian. She very much likes Barbarian. I've actually heard a lot of people like Barbarian, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. But hey, we got differences of opinion. Interesting. I'm gonna have to see Barbarian for myself. Being a horror lover, I saw Barbarian's trailer and I wasn't sure. It's a mix of creepy, funny. Okay. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna hop over there. Heat 2 is facing pushback. Yeah, I saw that about Heat 2. I know DiCaprio is talking about wanting to star in it. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Another one of our fellow tubers of the U who hit 500 not too long ago. Nice. We gotta get Jacob to the partner program if he's not there already. That. Oh, there's enemies out there. They probably have the obolites. Nice. No thanks on those. Let's kill!
Environmental adaptation isn't unique to the forest. The desert has similarly been altered. Could the whole world be rearranging itself?
Your mom's rearranging herself. Hey, come back. I want your obolites. Constricting slits. I need 1,500 watch hours. You gotta make some videos. We gotta get Jacob to make some videos to boost those watch hours. Or make some lists or something. Nope, this is not a good parasite. It's too many watch hours. 1,500. It's like, my gosh. Okay. Reduces all fire cooldown by 3 seconds. Reduces proficiency by 15%. Nope. Fabrication cost reduced by 15%. Greatly increases melee cooldown. Nope. We got a thing.
Deciphering the blood-red xenoglyphs has failed to reveal any symbolism behind statue wrapping. Suffocation. Imprisonment. Metamorphosis. I enshroud myself and hide. My shadows lurk everywhere and deeper. Perhaps they were simply trying to bandage themselves and heal, then transform into something greater and ascend.
I tried to be cool and time that, but that wasn't cool. New War of the Worlds film looks pathetic, yeah. And the fact that it couldn't even muster... The fact that it's a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes makes me want to watch it, like do a reaction to it. Because that's one thing I kind of do want to add to my channel, since I don't do a lot of like personal live streams, is I'd like to do some movie reactions and, you know, maybe shorten them down and edit them together all nice. So that is probably going to be one that I do. Because I imagine that's a clown movie, and that would be really funny. No, they redid it already. Okay. Prepare yourself, Jeanette. Because the new War of the Worlds stars Ice Cube. And the whole thing takes place on a computer, basically. And it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I highly encourage you to go watch the trailer. Because it's one of those movies where you're like, there's no way this will be good. And even in our age of high-octane shillery, it could not muster a single positive score. Which is just hilarious. But I highly recommend checking it out. Okay, we got the wound seeker at least. That's alright. Alright. Need to get a health back. But you know, it's not so bad. For some moments in life, there are no words. Bill Wonka. I can't go across that. I don't have the necessary upgrade yet. So we will press on, you know? We press on, we keep going forward. I was gonna add something to that, but I don't know. I don't know what to add. Maybe I could just continue doing the accent. Terrible as it is. And maybe something funny will come out of it. I don't know. Or, you know, maybe not. I don't know. I wanted the statue to break. We need an upgrade on the weapon front. Oh, Jesus, there's... Crap. Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson are dating? Yes, they are. It's old news, man. Gosh, behind. We've known that for like 2 weeks now. What the hellmans? Truth be told, though, is, you know, there's very little pop culture information that you send to me that I'm like, I didn't know that. You gotta remember, I am in a sphere of people that this is all they talk about, so I can assure you, I'm generally hearing within 10 minutes of it first posting. Or I'm posting it within 10 minutes of it coming out. We hear about this stuff quick. But you never know. Maybe one day you'll be the first. I got shot by a turret. Okay. Tourette's. Blast the Tourette's. Do y'all think Tourette's is a real thing, or is just a BS disorder that they made up? Like, if Tourette's is a real, like, disease or whatever, what would a person with Tourette's say if they didn't know profanity? What would they say? What would you say if you didn't know any profanity? Through hate trailer, or that one, Amazon, ew. Stop ripping off one of the greatest stories. This person of interest. It's definitely real. Well, again, okay, so if Tourette's is real, what would a person with Tourette's say if they didn't know any dirty words? I guess that's why I kind of look sideways at it, because I'm like, what do you actually, you know, what would you say if you didn't know all this stuff? It always seems to be associated with the naughty words. Well, but again, what if they don't know any, is what I'm saying, is what if you don't understand innuendo, all that stuff? What if that's just not something that you understand? Because theoretically, such a person, at the very least, exists as a child. You know, they don't know innuendo and profanity necessarily right off the bat. So, what would you say? I need a friend with Tourette's. Then I can have a buddy say the absolute most diabolical things and have an excuse. You would just try to encourage them to say slurs. I know you. I know what you're up to. You would try to get them to abuse their superpower. If you blurt out negative sounds, it's just verbal tics, but it's usually from part of the lobe where those things are stored. My mere presence would compel them to do so. Oh, see. I know what you're doing. You're not fooling me. It's a touch of grass. Yeah, he's basically a shut-in. It's just the whole movie. He saves the world from his computer. Or something like that. It sounds so dumb. Yeah, maybe that's more what it is. Maybe it's a real thing, but it's one of those things that people just say they have when they just want to say all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, can you get away with saying the N-word if you have Tourette's? I mean, you have no control over it, right? So it's just like, hey, I have Tourette's. I literally cannot help myself. Mine manifests itself in racial slurs. Apparently Shane Black thought the whole thing was really funny, and he made Thomas Jane act like he had it in The Predator, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Holy crap. One person who claims to have Tourette's, but he got it from a car accident when he was a teen. Well, it's actually an interesting concept now that I think about it. Yeah, see? Jeanette knows... She knows what I'm talking about. Slice. What's some obolites? Hey, that guy's got obolites. Wow, 14 of them. Just has facial and vocal tics and the fun stuff that comes with that, but the meetings I've been to with her is wild. Constantly just move their head or slap leg all day. Wow. Upgrade Mechanoid. Increases the effectiveness of max integrity upgrades. Nice. I'm all about that integrity. Gosh, that 28 days later meme with the infected black is so fun. That was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Like, oh, did I do a racism? But nope. We have black guy approval on why it's funny. There we go. Hey. There's another one down there. Will this take us down? Yes, it will. Let's go in here. Gonna keep in mind there's a Tourette's down up there. I stopped coming to the meetings because it was lobbies who constantly encourage us to vote different. Yeah, wow. What kind of meetings are we talking about here? Whoops. I dropped something. Oh, crap. Idiot. Raise the shield! Kamala is a swear word in some cases. Her laugh is like a swear word. Wow, Israel, you're self-reporting. That ain't me. That weren't me. Alt-fire augment shortens alt-fire cooldown. Sure, why not? Do it. We all know homie don't play it. Yeah. Just because I think the words are funny. Pumpkin Supremacy doesn't start with a K. Those are 3P meetings. What are you talking about? You gotta get your 3-letter organization right. Plus, I kind of feel like we don't need the meetings. Like, it's just kind of an objective truth that pumpkins are better than most things. I kind of feel like most people deep down know this. Whether they have accepted it as the reality it is, yet, you know, varies person to person, but you know. More just a thing people need to come to terms with. I'll be much happier when they do. Oh, you must be talking to someone else. Group therapy to help you build tools for many forms of Tourette's, but it ended up just being more of a way to gather money for... Oh, yeah. Just fake charity and fake cause. Hate that kind of stuff. Taking advantage of people with various, you know, conditions and ailments. It's pretty gross. Pretty gross. I find that stuff rather abhorrent. Especially when done under the guise of a church, which unfortunately there are a lot of those. Yeah, getting preggers. Ah. Man, that sucks. It's absolutely terrible, and I don't do things people with Tourette's do. I have a deep distrust of people in the medical field because there are such obvious ulterior motives to a lot of the so-called treatments, and how nothing is ever like figured out or solved on a single visit, it seems, unless it's just something incredibly mild. So is it possible I have like maybe ADHD or something? Maybe, I don't know. Never got diagnosed with it as a kid or anything, but I, for the most part, I don't spend a lot of time with doctors. I don't trust them. I think a lot of times when I hear about people, it's like, oh, you're so lucky you came to us now because you were literally like weeks or days from death. And I'm like, so let's put you on chemo and take hundreds of thousands of dollars from you. And I'm like, yeah, that makes me skeptical. It's like, I felt perfectly normal just a few minutes ago. And yeah, well, little did you know you were gonna die tomorrow. You just got it under the wire. Like, really? Why do I have a hard time believing that? I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's like, Field, and what they did to get there. Of how good comes out of torture. No, I'm not saying that that kind of stuff isn't real. I'm just saying, look, the simple reality is like, one of the top killers of people in this country is misdiagnosis. Some have even argued it is the top cause of death in this country. It's misdiagnosis. And the fact that there's no accountability for misdiagnosis just adds to the distrust. Oh, I know you do, Jen. Yeah, it's just we're all kind of sifting through the nuance. Because it's a complex matter. Like, it's not, it's not like a blanket statement that all doctors are horrible and stuff like that. It's like, of course they're not. Of course they're not. There are genuinely good doctors who genuinely care and want to help people and who do great work. I think that is absolutely true. And there's a lot of doctors who got their doctorate with D pluses on, as their average GPA, and really wouldn't have a practice if not for taking advantage of people. Rolling. Uh-oh. Ah. Oh boy. Ooh, an obolite siphon. I'll have to keep that in mind. Over the years, such bad GP. It's been a ride and it won't do any good to switch because they're all pretty much like that in my area. Yeah. I've given up on studying anything new. Don't like it when they can't sell a shot 40% just money. When anyone reads articles, they gave up. Yeah. Like, it's funny how often they'll tell you to trust the experts when experts take visit after visit after visit to study the same thing and tell you nothing for months. It's like you're a guinea pig. It's kind of how it feels like they're treating you. Like, one of the most honest episodes of television on that subject there was an episode of Hannibal where they're diagnosing the main character and they find that he has encephalitis. But Hannibal basically convinces the doctor who he's known that this is an opportunity to study the disease further, so they don't tell him he has encephalitis. And he has such a unique mind, they're like, well, you could tell him, or, this is an opportunity. And it's like, yeah, I think this kind of thing happens a lot. I've seen certain examples of what I think is that from time to time. I don't want to specify who because these people I know, and they don't need their business out there. It's not my place to be revealing in that sense, but I've seen it, and it's troubling. Where? Here we go. We've been down here, so let's go to the other one. There we go. Wow, this game is gorgeous, isn't it? And it's not even just gorgeous, it has, like, if you're into, like, strange narratives where you actually have to kind of think through, a lot of various aspects where not everything is overt and obvious storytelling-wise, where there's a lot of layers. It's great on that front. And it also just so happens to have some of the smoothest third-person gameplay I've ever experienced, if not the smoothest. Like, this is I've said this many times, I think this is the best game of the current generation. I think it's absolutely marvelous. I adore this game. I told Gord it's like if they had redone the newer Metroid. Yeah, gosh, Metroid in this. Metroid with this kind of gameplay. Oh, it'd be so good. Yeah, based stream. Pumpkin-based stream. Alright, can't go back in the house just yet. Aha! Here we go. We got a lot of obolites. He's got that grip on the wrist. Also in the room. I wouldn't know. I don't know your age. I know Cannoli is my elder. Haha. But I'm pretty sure I'm older than everybody else. Well, again, I don't know Janet's age. 37. Ah, okay, 37. So, okay, I am older than you then. Have you used the Monty Python meme on anyone yet? Where someone tries to call you old and you're like, I'm 37, I'm not old. 'Cause that's what I did. That's how I spent that year. The whole year. Every day. Not every day. I literally posted that on my birthday that year, though. I'm 37, I'm not old. I think this is the one that gets me up there. Right. Yeah, Pops is doing a talk art about the movie Nobody. I need to rewatch that. Yeah, Nobody's fun. What we got? Bless the. Yeah, Nobody's a lot of fun. Bob Odenkirk kind of showing a lot of these comedians. They have a lot more range than I think people realize. Odenkirk does too. It's kind of crazy how many comedians turn out to be really good actors. Okay, I've been up there. That's a parasite, I think. Don't need it. Yeah, you are. Assassin can only gonna retire. Unless you listen to Ben Shapiro, in which case, you know, you should never retire. You should work until you're dead. Just a few months away from 38. That's okay. When is your birthday month, m'lady? I'm still shooting and I can just check my radar and see there's none of them left. Probably would work. February, it's the family month. We even have 3 on the same day. Wow. Mine's the month before. I do have a sister whose birthday is in February. I'm in January. One of my other sisters is also January, the day before mine. So yeah, we have a lot of shared months. We're in August now, which August we have my brother and my mom. But then September will roll around. We got 2 that month. Nothing in October. And then, let's see, November, none of those. Like, October, November is a nice little break. December is kind of a break, but because it's Christmas, but at the same time, my brother's birthday is on Christmas, so we're like, sorry, dude, you share a birthday with Jesus. You're taking the back seat there, bro. Ha ha. Every time it hit me. Alright, I got a lot of health figures here. As a Jehovah's Witness, I can't celebrate birth. You're not a Jehovah's Witness. You're not a Jehovah's Witness. If you were, I'd kick you out. No, I mean, I would out of the house, but... My dad's mother converted to that when he was a child. He didn't have a birthday for like 10 years. Jeez. Yeah, no thanks. No. Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses. That's a crazy worldview. Like, you can't say that about somebody's worldview. Yes I can. Yes I can. It's a cult. Exactly, Jen. It's a cult. Totally can say it. Totally did say it. Where we at? Let's go through the blue door. Starting the cult of cannoli. Oh, sweet. Free membership? Oh, that's a good deal. What was that quote from Praise Hide the Gabagool? What was the quote from Creed in The Office where he's like, I've been in a number of cults, both as a leader and as a follower. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader. Creed is low-key one of like the funniest TV characters ever. He's so freaking funny. Nobody does this to Creed Bratton and gets away with it. The last person who tried this disappeared. His name? Creed Bratton. Where's the gabagool? Oh yeah, I love The Office. It's so funny. It's funny at least for the first 7 seasons, then you know, kind of take it or leave it with some of the stuff, but the last 4 episodes are pretty solid, I'll give it that. That's a nice last 4 episodes. Okay, there we go. We got a key. Can use that. It's a laser. It's a friggin' laser. So before we head into that room, which is difficult. Oh snap. Into Parks and Rec, and maybe it's just the first season, but okay. Well, I can offer you some insight on that. Yes, the first season of Parks and Rec is rough because the first season, maybe season and a half, it kind of feels like an Office clone. But I would suggest sticking it out because at a certain point, it starts to find its own stride, and probably about, like I said, around the middle of season 2, beginning of season 3, particularly the beginning of season 3, it really hits its stride and is hilarious after that. Like, Parks and Rec is pretty great. Parks and Rec is pretty great once you get to the good stuff. Not gonna lie. So, yeah, I would just tough it out for those first episodes. But like I said, I kind of feel like once you get to season 2, it gets better, but season 3 especially, it gets pretty great. I really love Parks and Rec. I'll trek through the mud. Well, thank you. Alright, got my carbine. Carbine Falcone. I'm gonna gobble all the ghoul. Is there a game where you like fight ghouls as an Italian and it's like called Gabba the Ghouls? Yes, Frasier isn't the best sitcom, but it's so consistent. Like it's really good pretty much the whole run, not counting like the reboot obviously that they tried, but yeah, I watched all of Frasier about a month or two ago, and that is a pretty strong show throughout. I was very impressed. It's really funny. Like, I have issues with it here and there, but I tried the first episode and cried. Oh no. But yeah, I really enjoyed the heck out of Frasier. Thought it was really good. Getting that whole series for getting all 11 seasons for $25, what a deal that was. I was like, yep, that's worth it. Like, I have issues with it, like, on a moral level at times. Like, as invested as I was in Niles and Daphne as a couple, there's always that part of you that's like, okay, he is married, and so that's the thing, but at the same time, he's in an awful marriage, so if he gets out of it, fine. But then he went and got married again. And I was like, gosh, did y'all have to make their coupling this messy? Jeez. It's hard for me to get behind it for a little while because it happens so bad. It's like, I'd like to like them while I'm it's like, I think their angle's really interesting, but... Well, I kind of feel like is it love or is it kind of what today we would call simping? Like, maybe it is love, maybe he just has that weird a taste, but it almost feels kind of similar to simping. I mean, I don't know though. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, it's like, Niles, you have very strange taste. To love somebody as evil as marriage. I mean, granted, it could be the money. Maybe that's part of it. Could be. Though it doesn't seem to bother him when he loses it. Well, other than when she's trying to take it, but... I do think one of the funniest touches of the show is that you never see Maris. I always liked that touch. How do we feel about the fact that Frasier never found anybody on that show, other than, I guess, maybe at the end he was trying for it? But I kind of felt like that relationship was a little rushed. Like, that's maybe the one issue that bugged me at the end was, I was like, the relationship that he's going to try to pursue, felt like they really rushed that. I didn't even think it was, like, the best of the relationships they put him in. Kind of thought he was going to end up with Roz. I thought he could have definitely gone that way. I wouldn't have been against that. Because it's funny because they poke fun at her all the time for how promiscuous she is, but at the same time, I'm like, guys, by the end of the show, he's every bit as promiscuous. Just, I mean, now granted, there's a reason why we regard those things differently, of course. I mean, shoot, you watch a few episodes of the Whatever podcast, that's something they discuss just about every episode, it seems. But, at the same time, I'm like, would they have been a bad match? I love how they changed the maturity. Yeah, it's like once she had a kid, it's like they, you know, that kind of brought her back down to earth. Okay, we're hopping up on here. Also, is it goofy to say that I think the dog is like one of my favorite characters? I love that little dog. He's such a well-trained animal that it's hard not to just find him utterly lovable. Like, there's half the time I'm watching that show, I'm just like, that is a great dog. Yeah, Eddie. Love Eddie. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person, but if I had a little Eddie-like dog, I'd be more than content with that. Eddie's awesome. Alright. Tough time. Hey, Blue Collar, what's going on, man? How you doing? Alright, we're getting our health back via killings. Oh yeah. Get our siphon activated. Alright, got them. These rooms are really fun. Yeah. Get wrecked. Oh dear. Oh, right behind me. I don't want to lose sight of him. Nailed it. Paying $10 a month for gameplay is paying itself off. By the way, again, I'm really happy for you. The news you shared this morning, Blue, that's great news. I've known a lot of people dealing with that, and I know that can't be easy, but I'm glad to hear you're out from under that, man. I imagine that's a huge weight off your shoulders. Airplane 2 just wasn't as funny. Actually looking forward to Naked Gun 3 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Naked Gun 3 also. Or it's Naked Gun... Are you talking about the new one, or are you talking about actually watching Naked Gun 33 and the third? You're probably talking that one because you're doing a Wednesday show. Naked Gun 33 and 3rd is... a lot of people say it's not that good. I quite like it, personally. Yeah, I think all the Naked Gun movies are funny. I haven't seen the new one yet, but... the OGs are hilarious. Now, granted, the third one, I tend to agree, is the weakest one. But still pretty good. Yeah, I can imagine so, man. I need to start organizing watch parties myself, because I want to do some recorded watch parties and then do, like, reactions to it and whatnot. But I've got the G20 one still that I haven't really gotten to editing anything from it yet. But, yeah, that's something I'd like to do. I'd like to get a few of those. Because I watched the other ones all at the same time this weekend, with the third one went a little more slapstick, but it's better than... Yeah, I mean, it's still a solid comedy. Okay, I need to go this way. Okay, just check on through here. Yeah, that's right, weapons is coming soon. I'm just trying to finish my killers videos before anything. I mean, I'm gonna probably do some shorter stuff after that. As far as videos are concerned, but, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Work really put me in. My work week last week really put me behind on the Predator video, which I was already behind on it. I kind of want to frame. I've been thinking about the title of the video and how I know there's one thing I love doing with movie-related stuff, and that's breaking narrative. And Killer Killers has a narrative around it that it's good, and I'm like, okay, if this is going to be a series, maybe I should probably put it under that umbrella, because there is a narrative around this movie. And it's wrong, and I'm challenging that. Because I like the idea of challenging narrative, both, you know, for good and ill, because, I mean, nothing annoys me more than a movie being under or overrated. So, maybe go do a series like that. Or maybe treat it as though it's a series. My health. There's a health thingy around here. What is it? There it is. There we go. Ah, hello. That's a thing. We're not getting over there without the little hook shot, so bloody hopeless at the moment. What is in here? Can't really do anything in there. Alright, pretty much should just go ahead and freaking teleport. I could, for funsies, refight the boss. That'd be neat. But we won't do that, because we got an actual undefeated boss that we have to get to. What time is it? 6:13. So yeah, let's go to the wastes. Let's get wasted, y'all. Definitely want that. And that. Gotta get that ether. There's one. Can't get up there right now. Wonder if the little astronaut is up there right now. Yep. Always thought that was creepy. Just that little astronaut up there for whatever reason. He disappears at times, but just kind of hanging out there like a little creep. Y'all. Got him. Oh dear. What is this thing? I should have aimed, but that's fine. We killed it. I'm getting the good obolites now. Yeah, shred these fools. Shred these fools. Yeah, what gun is this? No. I will keep what I have. We will remain as is for now. Yeah. Let's head over here. Nope, can't go there. We do not have the means. There's another one around here. What's that? Another key? No, I don't. Can't even really. Can't cleanse it. Don't have the necessary amount of ether. Or we do actually, I think, but I think we have exactly the right amount. But I don't want to use it all. We do have a key to get in here, though. But let's go around back real quick. I want to see if there's any. Nope. Any glyphs. Because glyphs are one of the things we're going to have to hunt down as we go. Explosive response. Getting hit causes the suit to emit an explosion. Cool. If you hit me, the suit hits back. This way? Break these down. Let's see if there's any again. Nope. Oh, there's turrets. Need to find a way up there. Here we go. Uh-oh. Got companies. Here's a glyph. Hello. That's one way to avoid. And we got a parasite extractor thingy. I don't have any parasites, so. Whoops. Too far. What was hitting him? The little bouncy thingies? Okay. No, not worth the risk. I'll probably just damage me anyway. These things don't have a very good hit ratio for me usually. Did you know that real communism hasn't been tried? That's what they keep telling me. I'm pretty sure that applies until they get the utopia. Then it will have been done right. Well, that's what they always tell me. It's like, look, okay, we tried it, but we didn't really try it. Oh, okay, I get what. Well, did you know that roads are communist? Star Trek Utopia, where everyone is set for generations. Okay, let's go here. Never been a big Star Trek watcher. I always hear how good it is. Never really given it much time. Alright, just keep going straight, basically. Just keep heading straight. At least with the Harkonnen house, decimated their entire planet and used their people as slave labor. They were honest about it. Yeah. I watched Tetris, and holy crap, that was a dang good film. I actually shocked the backstory of Tetris. Yeah, Tetris is awesome. It irritates me to no end that there's no physical copy of that. I would love a physical copy of Tetris. Tetris is so good. It's probably the best movie that Apple has made. Yeah, I love Tetris. Best movie about a video game made as well. Yeah. Take him out. What we got in here? No. Keeping the carbine all day long over a bloody handgun. I can go straight to the boss, but I don't want to. Yeah. Oops. Oh dear. V. Robert Maxwell is Julian's father. Permanent trait unlocked. High caliber. Interesting. Fire's a little slower, but it's pretty strong, pretty strong. Boost the adrenaline level as well. Yeah. Alright, I want to go back and get the item I dropped for whatever reason. As well as open this up. Alt fire coolant. Nah, don't need it. That's better. That's better. I'm gonna get that health. Health on a shelf. And the movie is also quite funny. Yeah, Tetris, yeah, it's one of the more impressive movies I saw from that year. I did not expect that to be one of my favorites of that year, but it absolutely was. I was like, holy crap, this is dang good. Got them out of the way. Oh gosh. Didn't know where it was going, but there we go, we killed it. Got one good hit on me. So I had that explosion thing in my suit, so maybe that did some damage as well. Well, it's the explosion. Nope, not gonna pick it up. Not gonna do it. I don't want it to be damaged. I know your game. Oh, looky. Let's see, damage siphon dedicated, deposit information, blah blah blah. What's it do though? Doesn't say what they do, so I guess it's just kind of a crapshoot. Hello. We'll take it. Back to Hala Seeker. And what's this? Pretty good, but no. Okay, what do we got in our fabricators? Proficiency augment and repairs augment, and I can afford both. Beautiful. Nice. And get them gains. Some more ether. And we have a challenge room. I don't know if that's actually what they're called, but I just call them challenge rooms. Take it out. Yeah, that's round one. Oh dear. I got one of the big ones. Here it comes. Oh. Oh gosh, gotta be careful. Don't want to back into it. That would not be good. And of course this guy. And there's probably two of them. Not a fan of these. They're hard to hit. Oof, oof. Dang. My stuff wrecked. Oh gosh. I'm chased. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Okay. Get there we go. That's a fun little fight. Alright, what'd they leave behind? Number 9 carbine, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Got some ether. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't put a whole lot of stock in the QB depth chart this early. I mean, shoot, Brady started low too, so... I mean, granted, that's not to say Shadur's going to be Brady or anything, it's just... It's early, so I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not really rooting against him. I'm like, okay, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. It's the Browns. I don't care much about the Browns. Alright. Got that. Back up. Alright, let's check our map. Gotta go through there. How humbling it must be. I mean, I don't know about I wouldn't say insane narcissist. I would say he's narcissistic for his age. I've seen far worse. But I think part of that is egged on by his father. But, you know, he's young, so I'm going to be a little bit more... I'm going to give him a little bit more grace and say, okay, if you can take the lessons you're getting now and learn from them and grow from them, well then great. Yeah, gotta humble yourself though, or the league will do it for you. Oh dear. What could this be? I know you. I've heard the opposite. I've heard Drake May's been excellent. Shows how much stock you can probably put in a lot of those rumor mills. I've heard Drake May's been outstanding in the training camp. Like, I think they were saying like through 8 training camps he had not thrown an interception. I'm starting to think a lot of those sites are just bogus. They're probably just saying whatever. Like when Mike Rice reports on it, then I'll listen. But I think generally from the people I listen to, who I consider fairly reputable, he's been good. I'll keep the carbine. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. Managed to get out of there. Squeak clean. See how Rogers does. I expect nothing from Rogers. I think anybody who thinks that they're gonna go to the Super Bowl or something with Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, you're gonna need a lot more than adding Aaron Rodgers to that team. I'm sorry, it's like I think Rodgers' better days are way behind him at this point. I honestly don't know how much better he is than what they've had, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he'll have some kind of renaissance to his career. But I'm not going to get my hopes up for them on that front. I just don't know what he adds anymore. Like, there are things about Aaron Rodgers I like and consider, you know, okay, he gets some ticks where I'm like, yeah, that's pretty base. But there's other times where he just talks, or he does, like, his behavior is more what bothers me, football-wise. I'm just like, okay, he has some takes that I agree with, but guess what? Wouldn't want him as my quarterback. Okay. Yeah, if we get the little hook shotty thingy, that would be enough to get up there and get the last part of this room figured out. But we can't yet. We are pretty well equipped for the boss fight. Although, if we could get a second chance astronaut to add to our collection of gear, that would be pretty sweet. Oh dear, oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't realize we were walking into that kind of room. Okay, okay. Oh dang, I fell. Whee. Oh, crap. Gotta really keep up on the right track there. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. All aboard. We did it. Ta-da! Alrighty then. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, oh! It's our friend. We got a second chance. I do want to keep the nullification sphere, but I will buy that for the fight ahead. Because that could help us. That could help us quite a bit. Quite a bit. closing in. Woo. Whoa, that got me. You know I jumped. I didn't know he could do that, but okay. Didn't get me too bad. Not too bad. Oh, shoot. My shirt was getting caught between the joysticks. That's fun. Fighting those things in a narrow hallway really trivializes them. Just can't really hit you with that thing. Their attack is somewhat nullified. Somewhat nullified. Oh gosh, hello. I think that's all of them. Nice. Number 10. Alright. Hey, there we go. Let's see, there's that over there. Oh, crap. Help. Alright. What's this? It's an overlight siphon. They're pretty good, but I have the integrity already. I have that built up pretty well, so I will stick with what I have. Oh, stupid. Nolan's always been a big, he's always been big on the purchase of physical media. He's championed physical media for a long time. Him and Tarantino have a lot of similar views on like physical media and the importance of the theater experience, that kind of thing. It's probably why they get along so well. Well, I mean, to me, I used to be very anti-piracy, but with digital media being kind of the predatory deal that it is, it's hard to make the moral argument against piracy anymore. It's kind of hard to make that argument because you can purchase a movie and they don't count it really as a purchase anymore. You're at the mercy of the health of the company that your movies are done through. Which kind of sucks. Now granted, like if you've got somebody like Amazon, you're probably okay for the foreseeable future. You know, Voodoo seems to be doing well. I haven't heard anything negative about what's going on with him, but you never know. But yeah, it's hard to make a moral argument against piracy if they're not going to ensure your ownership or compensate you for it should something happen, which they 100% should. Oh crap, there's two of them. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Oh, gosh. Oh, that sucked. Got him. Alright. That's always fun. One of them's tough enough. Let's do two. Two is fun. Okay, like that. There we go. Get some of that health back. Gotta keep in mind, I've got health on me, and I've got the thingamabobber, a second chance. Well, astronaut thingamabob. Yeah, after the boss fight, regardless of the outcome, that will be pretty much where we cap this stream off. So I got some editing to do after this. Got another Siliphium vial, which that is going to be far more valuable with the coming fight. Not likely to run into any malfunctions. I see this, and that's not a... It's not a log, so no big deal. Alright, let's head through the door. Oh boy, here comes more. More enemy. What do we got? I got a feeling I know what. Yep, it's there again. Is that another one? Oh shoot. There's two of them! Dang, we carried him quick. Holy crap. Oh no, just that one. Alright. Oh, wait, I think I see another. How far into your editing? Not as far as I'd like to be, but that's more due to setbacks, but it's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. I'm hoping... You know, we'll see. Nope, don't need that. Oh gosh. Where's that guy? It's one of those projects that I almost kind of gave up on, but once they did the secondary ending, I was like, okay, let's finish this up. Because if you remember, like, when I started to edit the video, I did not like what I was hearing, so I rewrote the script considerably.
Made it to the
I do like it a lot more, on that front at least. One of my big things that annoys me is I'm still trying to work out how to make the audio sound better. I know nothing about audio, so that has been a major challenge. I don't know how to make the voice sound better on the recordings. What are you recording audio on? Oh, I mean, I record directly to DaVinci, obviously from the microphone. I mean, if there's something better I can use, by all means. The editing app itself, or into another? Yeah, I'm using DaVinci. All right, time to take on the boss. Here we go. Let's crack the knuckles. Ooh, my weapon is much more powerful now than when I tried at the beginning. One round. Gotta wait. Where you at? 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 Oh gosh, out of nowhere. We're in really good shape still. I'm pretty sure you're chatting. I will answer it as soon as this fight's over. Why is there no music to this fight? That's weird. I missed the music. Yeah, if you translated this to Metroid fights, it would be so cool. Ooh, that hurt. Alright, that's 2 health bars down. Throwing a couple of shots into it to see if that does anything. I don't think he's happy. Go ahead and heal up. Oh crap, I fell. Almost got him. Heyo, and there's the Ascension Trophy.
Dispatched.
Whew. That's a fun fight. We got the Ascension Trophy. End of the stream. Booyah. Ah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, I will go ahead and address the last chats. Let's see. Audacity is free and plenty of plugins available for those who want to edit audio even more. You can download pro settings from others who do podcasting and such for a living. Yeah. Yeah, we wasted that fool. And here's the new technology.
Found more xenotype technology on another corpse. Scan is again indicating potential for suit augmentation.
I like the damage her suit takes over time, how filthy it looks here. It's all sandy.
Safe to repurpose.
Oh yeah.
System integration complete. We'll perform a function test. Test complete. Apparent.
Got that. I'll make sure I do that so I don't forget it or anything. Silver Lab's become immune to slowdown effects. That's nice. Cool. I don't have any of that. Woo! It's fun. We'll pop in here and then we will wrap it up.
Destination.
I appreciate y'all hanging out for this slightly wonky two-part stream. Partially unlisted. But this will be re-uploaded over on Platinum Pumpkin pretty soon. Just in case anyone want to catch the replay. And I will do probably another stream tomorrow. So hope to see you all there. And be on the lookout for the next video coming soon. See y'all again. Until then, good night, God bless, and Godspeed.